30-minute exercise to all. Can you all stand up? Rise up from your seats.
30 minutes, 30 seconds.
30 seconds, huh? 30 seconds.
30 minutes nahi. That'll be too long.
नहीं उठने को इतना टाइम लग रहा है. Look at that. Oh God, when are you going to get up? अब बैठ जाओ.
Suddenly I thought maybe the next speaker is a yoga guru.
No. Please be seated. Poor chairs. I had to really think about them. Anyways, a common problem that many entrepreneurs and MSME business owners face is what? Paisa, correct. Access to liquidity. In earlier times, one had to depend only on the banks. Where are the banks? Sab andar hai ki bahar hai? Bahar. Okay. But now, banks, NBFCs, VCs, PEs, that is venture capitalists, private equities, there are many sources of funds. As the company grows, every company has a vision of being listed on the stock exchange. Do you all have?
Yes.
So that's the reason we all are here, right? Who could be that person for y'all? Who would guide y'all? Who would tell y'all how to go ahead and get listed? Do you all name them? Okay, anyways. So it's also about becoming visible to people at large, gain a decent valuation, attract better talent, and distribute the wealth among the company executives. For many, listing is very complex and not worth the additional reporting and compliance challenges that have to be arranged. Is it so? We're trying to make it a little more simpler, and we're going to listen to that kind of a speaker. Our next speaker is credited in making the BSE accessible to the many MSME companies in India. I would like to invite Rotarian Rajesh Shah to introduce Mr. Ajay Thakur.
So, good afternoon all. Mr. Ajay Thakur is the man of the capital market with a rich experience spanning India's biggest custodian to India's biggest and largest stock exchange, and I think the oldest stock exchange. Work in various capacity with organizations like Stockholding Corporation of India, Vadodara Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. He joined BSE in the year 1996, headed various departments, arbitration, membership, service department, business development, SME and startup platform. He has been instrumental in setting up a regional center of BSE across the country before taking the responsibility of SME and startup platform. Every time something new which BSE wants to do, वो अजय भाई ठाकुर को बोलेंगे please आप उसको आगे बढ़ाइए. SME platform was one of the big challenge, and when we listen, you will realize that he has successfully done what? He has been given a responsibility of setting up a SME and startup platform. He has been credited for launching the first ever SME and startup platform in India. BSE today is the largest and most successful SME platform in India with 467 listed companies, another 175 companies in pipeline, and these 467 companies has raised amounting to rupees 5,824 crores and market capitalization of I think 1 lakh crore, which is humongous, in just short span of around 7 years. It representing 17 sectors and 19 states. The startup platform of BSE has seen listing of 14 startups who have raised around 61 crore and market capitalization of around 900 crores. He has individually met approximately 38,000 SMEs and 250 startups across the country. Under this leadership, BSE has signed MOU with various state government, professional and financial institutions. The success of SME platform has been recognized, appreciated by national and international organizations. BSE SME Exchange has received Scotch Achiever Award, and the SME Exchange at SP Jain Institute of Management and Research has conferred upon BSE as the change agent in the year 2003. Sri Ajay Thakur has been awarded with Indian Economic Forum Award for MSME department and by the Scott Development Foundation. He has also been received Dada Saheb Phalke Excellent Award and the Pillar of Hindustani Society Award for Trans-Asian Chamber of Commerce and Industry for contribution to the growth of MSME. Please welcome Sri Ajay Thakur.
Thank the organizer for inviting me for this event. It's really an honor to be here. And prior to me, I think great speakers have given a lot of light on the strategy, and they have given some suggestions also. And they are very knowledgeable, have got wealth of knowledge. I don't have that much of knowledge. So I will try to connect you in simpler language. And I hope most of you must understand all those things. Let me tell you, when I started this SME platform, or when I was given the responsibility to start the SME platform in 2010, there was already a precedence of launching the first ever SME platform in the form of OTCEI, which has miserably failed. And therefore, wherever I used to go and talk to all the stakeholders, most of them say that, sir, it will never take off, you are earnestly spending your time. But somehow, because of the blessings of the God, I keep on self-motivating myself, keep on going everywhere. Some of the organizers tell me that, sir, you sponsor the event, and there you will get a lot of SMEs. So I used to go there, we sponsor the event, and my turn comes last. And by the time I come for speaking, the organizer come and say in my ear, sir, we are running short of time. There was a cardboard there, and I have to complete my speech in 5 minutes. So Rajesh ji was kind enough to shorten my profile so that I can interact with you much more. Otherwise, that time will also go. And the lady besides me, when she was sitting, when he was saying that, she was telling that, do you want to hear about stock exchange? She said that, yes, we want to hear from Sailesh Haribhakti. Madam, I am from BSc. Please hear me also. So, in last, equity has been very least understood in this country. Nobody understands. And as Mr. Vivek Joshi has rightly said, everywhere it is being taught that equity is the costliest form of raising the funds. Somehow, I am not a chartered accountant, I have not read the books, but perhaps I feel that equity is the safest route to raise funds by the promoter and riskiest route to invest in the promoter. So for the investors, it's the riskiest instrument. For promoters, it's the safest instrument. Because when you raise the debt fund, you have to give the collateral. If you are a macro enterprise, then go to Mudra, go for collateral-free loan. But if you want to grow and want bigger loan, then you have to go for the collateral. You have to give the collateral to the banks, because banks are also the trustee of the funds of the depositors. We keep on abusing the banks, but try to understand they are the trustee of the funds of the depositors. So they can't decide on their own and start cutting the checks, take the risk, and ensure that all the funds or the banks becomes the NPA. So let us be very much affectionate to the bankers, because they are also running a very risk book. But for the promoters, let me tell you, I have not met 38,000 promoters, but in 12 years, I have traveled across the country from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Mumbai to Guwahati, met 46,000 promoters. All of them told me, besides business, most of the time they focus about their honesty and integrity. All of them were Raja Harishchandra and Dharmaraj Yudhishthir. Let me tell you, investor is not interested in you. Investor is interested in your balance sheet. Okay, and balance sheet should not be Dharmaraj Yudhishthir or Raja Harishchandra, it should be Arjun. Okay, because, I want my money to grow. I don't have any emotional interest in your company or in you. So unless until my money grow, how can I invest in your company? And let me tell you, the major problem in this country is not about the mindset, not about the skill set. The major problem is regarding the ambition. Most of the macro companies want to remain macro companies. Most of the small companies want to remain a small company. Most of the medium companies want to remain medium company. So till the time, see, after meeting 46,000 SME promoters, how many SMEs are listed? Almost 820 SMEs got listed. So for me, it was Herculean task to bring the promoters on the SME platform. बार बार समझाते जा रहे थे, लाइक भगीरथी प्रयास, बार बार समझाते थे. कभी जो है अगर यंग प्रोमोटर है वो समझ जाता था तो वो बोलता था क्यों नहीं लिस्टिंग करते हो, तो बोलता है मेरे पिताजी नहीं समझ रहे हैं. जब पिताजी को समझाता था तो बोलते थे मेरे ताऊ नहीं समझते. जब तीनों को समझाता था तो उनके चार्टर अकाउंटेंट नहीं समझते थे. और जब चारों समझ के आ जाते थे तो आते वक्त बोलते थे कि सर यू आर माई मेंटर. किसी ने मेंटर बना दिया, किसी ने गार्डियन बना दिया, किसी ने बड़ा भाई बना दिया. बट आफ्टर लिस्टिंग नो बडी कॉल्ड मी बिकॉज एवरीबडी गॉट मोक्ष. Okay, let me tell you, see, in this country, everybody talk about income generation. You know, there are many people who can talk you how to do business, what should be the business strategy. But unfortunately, we don't talk about wealth creation. Unless until you create wealth, you can't grow your business. And that's the most important thing. I don't dwell upon all these things because I am running short of time. I have been allotted only 30 minutes, and after that, you will serve lunch. So I will try to cut my speech, which is not required. So what we have done to give you equity, because 46,000 balance sheet I have seen, and let me tell you, in 98% of the balance sheet, what I found that the business was in the bandwidth of 4 crores to 600 crores, and profit was ranging between 1 lakh rupees to 3 crores, 2 to 3 crores. There was one reason I don't want to talk from the public platform. There was another reason that was over leveraging of the balance sheet. इतने सारे लोन लेकर के बैठे हुए हैं कि कभी कभी यही नहीं समझ में आता था कि प्रमोटर जो है वो लोन सर्विसिंग के लिए भाग रहा है या बिजनेस को ग्रो करने के लिए भाग रहा है. एंड दैट्स द वन थिंग which the promoter needs to work upon. And that's why I want to provide them equity. Now the major problem, you know, there are various sources of fund. Debt funding is there. There are so many institutions which are providing debt funding. Then there are venture fund, there is private equity, there is angel funds. Unfortunately, as far as these type of funds are called, private equity funds, wherever equity is related, which Vivek Joshi ji is talking about, it is more focused in asset-light model. All the investors will keep on talking by isme innovation kya, isme idea kya, isme technology kya, and all those things. But there is one section of the companies which is the major portion in this country, there nobody wants to give equity fund. So we have started this SME platform. 2010, the guidelines have come. BSE has also come out with the guidelines. I will develop on those guidelines, try to make you understand what are those guidelines. So there are 4 or 5 guidelines, and let me tell you, as far as listing on the SME platform is concerned, it has nothing to do with the MSME Act. There is separate rules and guidelines for the SME platform, and the guidelines are like 4 or 5 eligibility criteria is there. Number 1, your post-issue paid-up capital should be below 25 crores. If you want to get listed, your post-issue paid-up capital should be below 25 crores. That's number 1. Number 2, you should be in existence for a minimum period of 3 years. That's second. Number 3, you should be profit-making company. You should have 2 years profit out of the last 3 years. Number 4, your net worth should be positive. And number 5, your net tangible assets should be 3 crores. So this is a SME platform. It's not an MSME platform. It's a SME platform. So if you are meeting these 5 eligibility criteria, then you can get your company listed onto the SME platform of the stock exchange. There are many companies. Why we have cut down on macro enterprises? Because there are many things that the macro enterprises can't do post listings. Therefore, we have opened it for small and medium companies. So these are the 5 eligibility criteria. Any company which is fulfilling these eligibility criteria can get themselves listed onto the stock exchange. Now, madam is talking about compliances. Yes, compliance is a big fear in the minds of the promoter. Earlier, before 2020, I was the one person who was talking about listing. There were 99.9% people who were talking against listing. So the process was very difficult, but in last 2.5 years, media has also covered a lot. and there are a lot of companies which are coming for listing. And therefore, we have seen that if both the stock exchanges we take together, then the market capitalization is more than 2 lakh crores. And every day, Rajesh ji has shown 467 companies listed, but it has gone up. It has now total 474 SMEs are listed, another 170 are in pipeline. Now, post-listing compliances. You know, when we were setting this platform, we were aware that most of the promoters don't want to do compliances. Now, compliances is must on the stock exchange. But here on the SME platform, because we know that the SME promoters don't have the bandwidth to do lots of compliances, we have reduced the compliances on the SME platform. What we are saying that half yearly you have to file your unaudited result with the stock exchange with limited review, and yearly you have to file audited result. On the main board of the stock exchange, you have to file quarterly audited result, but here you have to file half yearly unaudited result and yearly audited result. That's number one. Second, you have to file your half yearly shareholding pattern. And that shareholding pattern you can get from the registrar of the issue. They will provide you, and you have to upload with the stock exchange. Third, you have to have a compliance officer with your company. That is very important. You should have a compliance officer with your company who keep on uploading all these data with the stock exchange. Fifth, you should have a board comprising of independent directors, 50% independent directors you should have in the board. Now, who will be the independent directors? Anyone who doesn't have any blood relation or financial relation with you. Anyone who doesn't have any blood relation or financial relation with you can be the independent director of the company. So these 5-6 things are there which you have to do. Now, why the compliances are there? You know, let me tell you, equity is like, you know, you are issuing your papers to the investors and telling them to invest in your company. Now, how the investors will like to invest in your company? Unless until they know that what the companies are doing, are they well compliant or not, then they will not like to invest in your company. So make yourself investable. We have said that there should be at least this type of minimal compliance which should be done by the promoters. And let me tell you how the stock exchange work. A stock exchange work in, you know, buyers be aware. Now, how you will make the buyers be aware? Unless until you disclose all the information, buyers will not be aware. And I always say that private equity, VC, and all those things, it's not pure equity, it's a quasi-equity. Why it's quasi-equity? Because the first day itself, IRR is decided. Okay, 25% IRR, 15% IR, 10% IR. So it's because equity is like risk taking. On the day one, you can't decide what should be the IRR. And so it is some sort of debt, because in the first day itself, you know what is the coupon rate. And why it's equity? Because it's not asking anything from you. They are taking risk. That's why it's a quasi-equity. That's what I say. But what is a stock market equity? And why it's not so costly? Because here there are many investors who are associated, who has got few lots of shares with them. Okay, and they never tell you what should be the IRR. They only are concerned about the company's performance. And that's why listing through the stock exchange is a pure form of equity. That's why a stock exchange, being a regulator, we have to ensure that the promoters should disclose all the information on timely basis. If they will not disclose the information, investors will be at a huge risk. Already they are at risk, and we have to ensure that investors should be safeguarded from any person who have got nuisance value. So therefore, we have made this system and tried to create a balance between the investors and the promoters and the compliance and all those things. Now on the SME platform, because it's a more risky platform, what we said that if anyone wants to invest in this SME company, he has to invest minimum 1 lakh rupees. On the main board of the stock exchange, minimum investment ticket size is 14,000. Here the minimum investment ticket size is rupees 1 lakh. So we have come out with the concept of lot. So for example, if you are coming at a price of 25 rupees, then the lot size will be 4,000. So like that, if 50 rupees, then 2,000 lot size. There is another concept, the concept of hard underwriting. 100% these issues are underrated. It means that if you have opened the IPO, you have to approach to the merchant banker, of course. If the merchant banker has opened the IPO, then the issue needs to be 100% subscribed. Even if the investor has subscribed 70%, 80%, the rest of the portion, the merchant bankers have to bring. So there is a huge risk associated. So initially when I was trying to start this SME platform, I was not getting a single merchant banker who gets ready to act on the SME platform. So it was a very difficult task. So this is the another concept that we have onto the SME platform. And the third concept that we have introduced is the concept of market making. The essence of the capital market is liquidity. So the merchant banker ensures that, or the market maker ensures that there should be sufficient liquidity on the SME platform so that if there is no other investors to buy or sell the shares, the market maker is there to buy or sell the shares, and so that the investors can keep on getting exit at various intervals of time. So these are the guidelines of the SME platform. When any SME company wants to get listed, they have to approach to the merchant banker, and from there the process starts. Now the question is, why should I get listed? Wherever I go, the promoter asks, मुझे बैंक से तो पैसा मिलता है, ये मैं क्यों list हो? What are the benefits of listing? Of course, you are getting the funds from the bank, that is debt funding. This is the platform through which you can get equity funding. You have to dilute minimum 25%, and you will get equity funding. Now this funding you should use for expansion, you should use for CapEx, OpEx, even reducing the bank loan. For all these purposes you use. Normally investors don't want that the promoters should use their fund for their personal purpose. Avoid that so that you can have the honesty and integrity what you are talking about. That's the first benefit. Time is there? Okay, so second benefit is making your balance sheet healthy. You know, after seeing this balance sheet, I don't know whether I should call it balance sheet or imbalance sheet. It doesn't look like balance sheet. Okay, so most of these balance sheets are unhealthy. We want these balance sheets to look healthy. I'm not talking about that debt is bad or equity is very good. It's not like that. You should have a proper balance of debt and equity. That is very much important. And then only the balance sheet will look healthy. That's the second benefit. The third benefit is visibility. Most of the promoters don't have the visibility. Most of the people don't know them. Once you get yourself listed onto the stock exchange, automatic marketing and visibility exercise starts. Even you are a company based in Mumbai, but an investor from Kanyakumari has started investing in your company. And slowly, most of the people start knowing about your company as your profit grows, as the market capitalization of the company grows. Because ultimately, whatever, let me tell you, everybody in this world is selfish. 5 promoters sitting and all of them are in cutthroat competition. Darwin 500 years back has said, survival of the fittest. If you are not fit, you will not survive. So use all the opportunities which are existing there and try to grow your company. Don't think that anybody will feel pity on you. Everybody is interested in their own interest. So if you don't make money for the investors will start shying away, and now there are hundreds of social media. You know, we have to be as a regulator, we have to be very careful. They start writing in 10 companies, if they make money, they don't admire us. But if in one company they lose money, they put it on all social media, and then we are scratching the head. So, you know, as a promoter, you need to understand that whatever the money you have taken from the investor, you should put it for right purpose. So this is the third thing, and visibility, marketability is very important for the company's goodwill. They will keep on growing, they will keep on getting more and more business. That's the third benefit. Fourth, the credibility of the promoters. You know, when you are in the listed space doing the compliances, etc., you know, the credibility of the promoters increases. I have been sitting in the various panels where the bankers are there, and this issue keeps on coming, that the credibility of the promoters is in question. But post-listing, because you are doing compliances, you are in the public forum, you know, people started believing you, people start trusting you, and your credibility start improving. So that is the fifth benefit. Sixth benefit, equity over the time becomes collateral. Say after some time, if you don't want to dilute your equity further, okay, you can place your equity with the institutions, banks, or NBFC, etc., and get loan from there. That is the sixth benefit. Seventh benefit, You can issue ESOPs to your employees, best of the employees. If you don't have money to give them or don't have the salary to give them, you give them ESOPs and make your partner in the growth. That is another benefit. Loyalty has to be bought. Nobody is loyal in the world. So you have to buy the loyalty. Eighth benefit, I always say that there are two persons who issue the currency. One in India, RBI governor. If I give you 500 rupee note, you accept it because RBI governor has signed on it, and written on it, I promise to pay the bearer 500 rupees. And rupee is nothing. For me, rupee is like the equity of government of India. When the economy goes up, the value of rupee appreciates. When the economy goes down, value of rupee depreciates. And over the time also it depreciates because of the inflation. There is another person who issues the currency, and is the promoters of the company when he is going for listing. And promoters of the company is more powerful than the central governor because they never promise to pay the bearer. The amount of money that raises. If the company performs, who is the biggest beneficiary? Arey yaar. The biggest beneficiary is the promoter because he holds maximum share. Mukesh Ambani is the richest person in the world, not because of the money that he earns from the business, because the equity that is holding in his hand. Okay? So he is the biggest beneficiary. And the another beneficiary is, of course, the investors. Okay? So many, I don't think that any instrument has ever been discovered by the human being which gives so much benefit to the promoters. Still, after meeting 46,000 promoters, how many promoters have come? And how many companies are listed in BSE? Approximately 5,000. And that also, when BSE is in existence, formally more than 150 years, and informally more than 200 years. And many of the times I say that we are older than the oldest political party of the country, which is Indian National Congress. But still, how many companies got listed? 5,000. But what is the market capitalization of all the listed company? Is more than 4 trillion US dollar, more than the GDP of the country. So that's the power of equity. लेकिन मेरा सिचुएशन क्या है मालूम है? आप वाल्मीकि के बारे में जानते हो? वाल्मीकि पहले गुंडा था, डकैत था, वो सबको लूट लेता था. तो विष्णु जी एक दिन जागे, शेषनाग पर से, सैया पर से जागे, और उन्होंने, हिंदी सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना? शेषनाग पर से जागे, उन्होंने बोले भाई एक आदमी है जो रामायण लिख सकता है. बोला कौन? बोला नारद, वो वाल्मीकि है ना जो डकैत है, हाँ वही रामायण लिख सकता है, उसको सुधारो जा करके. तो नारद जंगल में आ रहे थे वेशभूषा बदल के, तो वाल्मीकि ने देखा उसको बांध लिया, बोला सारे सामान दो. तो बोला तुम ये किसके लिए कर रहे हो? तो वाल्मीकि ने बोला मैं अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ और अपने परिवारजनों के लिए कर रहा हूँ. तो बोले जाके परिवारजनों से पूछो कि इस पाप के वो भागीदारी हैं कि नहीं. तो गया, पूछा, सब ने बोल दिया हम भागीदार नहीं हैं. वो बेचारा आया एकदम डिप्रेस, फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, उसको सारी चीज़ों से मन हट चुका था. तो आया, नारद को बोला यार अब हमको ये सब काम नहीं करना है. तो बोला फिर क्या करें हम, बताओ जिससे हम सुधर जाएं. तो बोला देखो तुम्हारे हाथ से एक बहुत बड़ा काम होने वाला है. तो बोला क्या काम होने वाला है? बोला बहुत बड़ा काम होना है. बोला उसके लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? तो बोला कि तुमको जो है ना राम राम करना पड़ेगा. तो उसने बोला यार मुझे तो राम राम करना नहीं आता, मैंने इतना इतना क्राइम किया है, इतना गुनाह किया है कि मैं राम राम बोल ही नहीं सकता हूँ. तो बोला क्या बोल सकते हो? बोला मरा मरा बोल सकता हूँ. तो बोला ठीक है मरा मरा ही बोलते जाओ. और मरा मरा बोलते बोलते राम हो गया. मेरे सारे प्रमोटर्स जिनसे मैं मिला वो सब वाल्मीकि थे. कोई 2 महीने में राम राम करना सीख गया, लिस्ट करा दिया. कोई 6 महीने लगे, किसी को 1 साल लगे, किसी को 2 साल लगे, किसी को 3 साल लगे. लेकिन जो आया, अब मैं सब तो नहीं हो सकता है, लेकिन जो भी आया सब ने अपना अपना रामायण लिखा. मैंने एक कंपनी को आज से 5 साल पहले 70 करोड़ की वैल्यूएशन में लिस्टिंग कराया था, 70 करोड़ की वैल्यूएशन में. टुडे इट इज़ 5,800 करोड़ वैल्यूएशन. Many company, I got a company listed at 20 crore valuation, today is 3,500 crore valuation. इनको लिस्टिंग करने में जो मेरी ताकत लगी है ना, जब मैं 2012 में SME प्लेटफॉर्म फर्स्ट टाइम लॉन्च किया था, माई ब्लड प्रेशर वॉज 120/80. Today I am taking 3 tablets of blood pressure. You can understand. But the wealth that they have created. And let me tell you, you know how the stock exchange works. Let me tell you, see the processes, compliances you have to do, because if you want to grow big, please understand, if you want to, अगर आपको वही बनियागिरी करना है, then nobody can help you. Neither I, nor विवेक जी, nor शैलेश हरि भाई, कोई नहीं कर सकते हैं. वो आप इस कान से सुनो, इस कान से निकाल रहे हो, उसका कोई मतलब नहीं. If you want to grow big, you know, all the opportunities that are available here, you try to explore it. I am telling you, please try to explore it. Entrepreneurship means taking risk. And if you are not taking risk beyond a point of time, you are just finishing yourself. The world has become so disruptive in last 10, 12 years that if you will not grow, finish, and grow fast, you need to have momentum. Let me tell you, you need to have momentum. If there is no momentum, you may get finished at any point of time. So that's very important. और हमारे साथ क्या है, देखो बहुत मुश्किल से कोई कंपनी लिस्ट हो जाती है और मैं अब फिनिश कर रहा हूँ, मैडम आप उससे पहले बोर्ड दिखाओ, मैं फिनिश कर दूंगा. So you know, लास्ट में बताता हूँ, देखो आप, हमने जब कंपनीज को लिस्टिंग के लिए हम लेके गए, जब बुलाया उनको, एंड व्हेन आई कीप ऑन टेलिंग देम टू गेट लिस्टेड, बड़े भारी मन से, बहुत मुश्किल से द कंपनी गॉट लिस्टेड. Okay, everybody said them no. Everybody said them no. So when they got listed at 50 rupees, you know, people were laughing at them. अरे यार क्या 50 रुपए में लिस्ट हुआ. When the 50 rupees price goes to 100 rupees, his relatives, friends started coming to his office with a box of sweets, have a cup of tea. अरे आपने बहुत अच्छा किया. When the price goes to 150 rupees, the same relatives bought the shares without asking him. When the 150 rupees goes to 200 rupees, his friends and the chartered accountants who have advised them not to go for listing, they bought the shares without asking him. And when it goes to 250, his enemies also and competitors start investing in. And after that, all those guys started doing Satnarayan Puja so that he keeps on flourishing. So तो यही एक प्लेटफॉर्म ऐसा है ना जिसमें आप अपने दोस्त, दुश्मन, भाई, बंधु सबको आप जोड़ सकते हो. दिस इज द ओनली प्लेस. So connect them with ambition, with honesty, with integrity, with innovation, with everything. And with hard work. मैडम कभी कभी क्या होता है मालूम है, मैंने कंपनी से पूछा, ये सब जितने भी अच्छी अच्छी बातें हैं ना, ये सब एक रूम में बैठ करके बोलना, ये सब करना, 90% उपदेश जो हम दूसरों को देते हैं ना, वो अगर हम अपने जीवन में धारण कर ले तो हमारा मुक्ति हो जाएगा. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो नहीं होता है. But let me tell you, when I got the company listed and I asked the promoter that what do you think, what will be your growth in 5 years? The figure that they have given me was somewhere 10 to 15%. Post listing, the growth was phenomenal, 100% per annum. That was the growth, because most of the time these promoters are like frog in the well. When they come out, they see the ocean, they see and their ambitions and motivation and all those things start growing, and they change it. See, we ourselves can change ourselves. Nobody else will change us. जब वो खुद की सुनने लगते हैं और यहाँ से मोटिवेशन आता है और सब लोग अच्छी अच्छी बातें करते हैं ना, तो वो विकास उनका जो है ना खुद ब खुद होने लगता है. So this is what I am talking about, the equity, the stock market, the platform and all those things. My request to all of you, if you are the promoters, I give you red carpet welcome as long as you are working in the under the laws of land and the rules of regulations of the stock exchange. I will give you red carpet welcome. Please grow, please come onto the stock exchange, get yourself listed. If you are the promoters here, if you are not the promoters, if you are chartered accountants, then advise your companies to get listed. If you are not consultant, financial consultants, chartered accountants and all those things, if you have come here to increase your knowledge, then be my spokesperson, go to the world and tell the companies to move from informal sector to formal sector and use this type of platform for their growth. So that's very important. अकेला अजय ठाकुर क्या कर सकता है? आप सब लोगों के साथ मिल के ही देश का विकास हो सकता है. And thanks, Numero Uno, Rajesh ji, for inviting me. Thank you all. क्वेश्चन भी है क्या?
This was an excellent session, sir.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
अभी तक मैंने सबको थैंक यू बोला, आपको राम राम सर जी.
लगता है साहब को अयोध्या से डायरेक्ट लिंक हो रहा है.
You have a mic. You have a mic. You have a mic. Yeah. So, a couple of questions, 2 or 3 questions. You could ask the questions now, sir.
For any ordinary IPO, you require minimum 15,000 rupees. For SME IPO, you require minimum more than 1 lakh of rupees per application. So, and the possibility is very low to get it. So, a lot of amount gets blocked. So, why don't you lower this amount? 15 नहीं रहना है तो 20 करो, 25 को 50 करो, ऐसा कुछ something you will to work out. So, ordinary consumers can also become, can apply for shares. That's what I'm saying.
See, as per ICDR guideline, the definition of retail investor is anyone who is investing below 2 lakh rupees is retail investor. So even 1 lakh rupees investor comes under the category of retail investor. Now you are asking why it is 14,000 or 15,000 in the main board and why it is more on the SME board. The reason for it is that, you know, when we were framing this guideline, there was a suspicion or doubt in the mind that SMEs are risky business. Okay, they can get disrupted very fast. So we should have such type of investors who have got deep pocket, who have got the understanding of the company, who have got the understanding of the sector, should only invest. And that's why we have kept it at 1 lakh rupees. Now let me tell you, at that point of time, it was very difficult to attract retail investors. Now, you know what is the subscription rate? In the retail category, 150 times, 200 times, 300 times. अब क्या करें सर, हमको भी नहीं मालूम था जो. No, sir, we can't do, because you know the type of return the SME platform has given in last 1.5 years has been phenomenal, and that's why investors are rushing. But I always tell the investors, you know, read the red herring prospectus carefully. Don't have the herd mentality. Okay, so investing is it's an art and science both. ये आपका पैसा है, दूसरों का पैसा नहीं. So don't go as per the herd mentality. नहीं लगता सर इस मार्केट में पैसेंस रखिए. 27 years I am in BSc. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा, and let me tell you, when the index is below and when the companies are available cheap, then we don't get the investors. सर आप उनको बोलो एकदम डिप्रेशन के साथ, ऐसा लगता है देश दुनिया खत्म हो गया, अब डालेंगे नहीं पैसा. And the market is at top and you are not getting, then you have this. और जब SME में इन्वेस्टर्स हम खोज रहे थे, अरे सर SME है ना, छोड़ो इसमें कौन लगाएगा. See, both the things can't work. So you keep on trying. एक दिन राम आ जाएंगे. So you keep on investing.
Sir, we have a question from the back side.
एक मिनट, yes, sir, I think Liberty, actually आपने बोला equity, I think we are same boat, because if you cut my blood, the equities are from 90s. So I understand the pain of the equities and IPOs. So I think 2-3 things, as rightly said, I have seen this very improve in time. IPO वो time पे 20 आते थे महीने में, और वहाँ से I have also seen the evolution of the IPO. So 2-3 things, actually, don't you think the disclosure are not enough in SME? Second thing is, no more marketing people don't know about SMEs per se. We know because we are connected to market, but the person कि भी यहाँ भी exchange ऐसा ही है. Third, obviously, we can reduce the trading ticket size. And plus, fourth is market making, that's formalized also.
I am not favor in reducing the ticket size. Sir, बहुत सारे problem हैं, आप नहीं समझे, मैं regulatory side से समझ रहा हूँ. And we don't have the time to explain you all the reasons for that. That's the one fact. Second thing, as far as disclosure is concerned, there is no relaxation in disclosure. In the DRSP, everything the promoters need to disclose. If there will be any, you know, anything hidden, then the promoter will be crucified. So even the merchant banker will be crucified. So we have ensured that all the disclosures which are in the way it is being disclosed onto the main board, the same way it should be disclosed on the SME.
And
only the post-listing compliances we have reduced.
And can we do some incentive to the transfer from SME action to main board? Because there is always incentive. आप 2 साल के बाद आप हो जाओगे.
Already we are there. Sorry, I have missed it because वो मैडम को वहाँ खड़ा देखा ना थोड़ा मैं. So see, you know, we have this norm of migration from SME board to the main board. So after 3 years, you have to remain listed on the SME platform for a period of 3 years. After 3 years, you should have at least 250 investors in your company, and your net worth should be minimum 25 crores. Then you have to pass a resolution in the AGM, where you have to take the approval of 2/3 of the non-promoter investors, and then you can migrate to the main board of the stocks.
Okay, Arun, we have a last question at the back.
Sure.
Hi, sir. My name is Akshat, and we are from Vibe Copilot. We are helping small enterprises, not just small, other startup as well, in work management. We are an AI tool. So my question is, what is the driving force for an investor if the promoter holding is 0?
No,
Like
but
ITC.
See, no. See, as per ICDR guidelines, promoter holding can't be below 20%. Here on the SME platform, what we have ensured that the promoter's holding should not be below 20%.
Okay.
So
No,
here we see that sufficient skin of the promoter is there on in his company when they are coming for listing. On the SME platform, I'm talking.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
Rajesh bhai.
And
They are to be mandatorily be incorporated. So for that purpose, what need a small enterprise to do? And secondly, SME you told about the migration from the main board to
SME
about
board.
the SEBI intervention in this.
No,
Just elaborate about the two things.
So for SME platform, stock exchange is the single regulatory approving agency. It didn't go to SEBI. So most of the companies, once you sign the mandate with the merchant banker, after that it takes just 3 months for the company to get listed. So 2 months in preparing the prospectus and submitting with the stock exchange, and 1 month it takes to the exchange for the exchange to give the approval to the company. No SEBI intervention. So it's a faster process, and it's very cost effective also. They can remain. See, you need to have a whole-time company secretary in the company for doing all the compliances, etc.
We'll take the last question, the person on the back. Yeah. The mic is reaching you, just a second.
Is NBFC eligible for listing on SME platform?
Pardon?
NBFCs are eligible for listing on an SME
See,
platform?
NBFC, we are allowing microfinance companies to get listed. So microfinance companies are NBFC. Only the condition here is a little bit tougher. We want at least 100 crore asset under management. So if you are qualifying under that, then you will be allowed to get listed. So there were some reasons in the beginning, and therefore we have prohibited the NBFCs to get listed, a smaller NBFC to get listed on the SME.
Thank you so much. I think this discussion, we can actually have it for a couple of hours more, but the time does not allow that. I'll request Anirudh to come and felicitate the speaker. Hemangji and Nareshji should also just join on the stage. Thank you, Ajayji. You made it sound pretty simple. Do good work, increase profits, list on exchange, make more money.
And red carpet, how can we forget that?
Yeah, he gives us the red carpet, but we still have to do the work.
Hemang Bhai has said that. Whether
Yeah.
you run, walk or crawl,
You can't be
please
standing.
keep moving ahead.
So just as liquidity is important for the growth of a company, I'm sure all will agree food is equally important for the growth of the body. So happy to announce a full lunch break. The delegate badge that you have has a lunch coupon in that, and it also has a goodie bag coupon. So in case people are leaving at the end, you can use the goodie bag to pick that up. The lunch coupons have to be shown at the counter to pick up lunch. Please be sure that you are back by 2 o'clock. We will start the sessions on time. So 2 p.m., please be in the hall. Thank you so much.